Gilbert to Murphy. A blast to right field. Going back. Haniger at the wall. It's gone! Luis Ariz pulls one over the wall, and the Twins take a 1-0 lead.
Well, that's a way to celebrate your birthday right there. He knew it off the bat. Little dance, little celebration going around first. Put him in the lineup today. With the hopes he might do something special against the right-hander, and he did.
What a catch by Urshela. He had to run a
Jock Radio.
Right there.
It's special.
Okay.
It's special in here.
All
special.
rise.
All rise. All rise.
For the song of our people.
Luis Ariz hit a home run.
What happened? A lot of them.
Wow. Yeah. Thank you, audience. Yeah, thank you for sitting through that. Oh, yeah. Oh, boy. Applause. Applause.
That's enough now, maybe, I think.
Thank you.
I'm fine.
Oh, man. Oh, wow. Yeah, this is the penultimate. You know right away that this is the penultimate episode of this season. And thank you very much. That was so nice. My name,
hello.
I am Fuzzy. We have Hest. I'm one of the Hests. And we have 3 Hests tonight. One Hest all the way out in California. And their name is...
C-Dubs.
And then we have another Hest all the way out in Minnesota.
All the way right next to you.
Yeah, next to me.
In the studio.
You are actually next to me, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Jamez.
This is Jamez.
We are the trinity of sportsmen
Championships come through this area all the time because the 3 of us are FuzzJockRadio.
Say it with me.
FuzzJockRadio.
Say it with me.
FuzzJockRadio.
Nice.
That's us.
We're world champions.
We're world champions, and we have a lot to talk about tonight. A couple controversies, a couple things that will surprise you, and just specialness all around. That's because that's what the penultimate stands for. It's the most celebrated episode in FuzzJock Radio, right?
We just have this calling to like exude penultimates in its true form, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know what you just said, but yes,
that's what we do.
We embody that.
I agree.
Yeah.
One of the
This is an
things.
exuding podcast.
I'm trying some new things since this is the penultimate episode, and one of the new things is you see that I have a new microphone stand.
Looks like the Pixar lamp.
Oh,
yeah,
it's a microphone stand. I thought it was a robot penis.
No.
Yeah, they don't.
No. This way I can go around and do stuff and keep the microphone close to me, right?
Yeah, kind of.
Does that work? Does that work for everyone?
You can't see this audience, but Fuzzy is dancing on the ceiling as we speak with the microphone in hand. It's
pretty
amazing.
neat. It's pretty neat.
I've seen it before.
Oh, I forgot one thing. I forgot to do one thing.
Okay.
You keep the ball rolling there, James.
C-Dubs, what you been doing, dog? Hanging out?
I've gotten back to work and been working on filling the stadium full of shit because we had to empty it because of the concert. The Dead and Company played at Dodger Stadium last weekend, so we had to take all the merchandise out of every stand and then put it all back in today. So that took a long time.
I bet.
But it
sounds
it's fine.
tedious. But
yep, I did get to watch them install the Sandy Koufax statue today, so that was cool. How often do you get to watch a statue get put up?
Twice, usually in your lifetime. If
yeah, only twice. That was
American.
my first, so I got one more.
Yeah, so looking forward to that.
Yep, I look forward to the other one, but that was good. And then I was going to ask you, James, how's your week been?
So this is crazy.
Crazy? How,
busy.
Like how? What do you mean?
I don't know. I think it was really busy.
Crazy, huh?
Yeah, my son came back from his little vacation with the grandparents.
Nice.
And then that kind of just rolled right away into him getting back, and that was only like a couple days ago or something. No, yesterday. So hearing all about the trip and all of his excitement, and And then today, seeing a friend off before they move. So
A friend as in Hest Al.
yeah.
Hest Al's moving away from us.
Yeah, he's gonna. I assure you that I will be hassling him regularly to get on some Discord so that we'll have him on remote.
That would be awesome. I would really enjoy that.
Absolutely.
Yes.
But yeah, just a lot of running around with my son, and then visiting Al here, and then getting here tonight, ready to talk some Twins because I've been watching some Twins. Oh my gosh, they're so good.
There
Right. Fuzzy, how about you?
What's the question?
What did you do for the last week?
Oh, what did I do this last week?
Yeah, this is always this is when you shine, Fuzzy. When you answer this question every week, you shine right now. So here we go.
Really? That really puts me in a bind because now that you're saying that, I'm just like, wow,
It can't be true.
I can't really remember now. I do remember a couple things. It was a good week. I'll probably bring them up later in the episode. We'll bring a couple things up because there's a couple things I want to talk about.
How is your garden growing?
My garden?
Yeah, fuzzy contrary.
My garden is doing very well. Thank you for asking.
Good. I'd like to know how your garden grows.
My garden grows.
Mm-hmm.
It does. It does. It needs sunlight.
Yes.
And water.
Yes.
And
Fresh air.
Fresh air is always good. And the Minnesota air is pretty fresh.
You should
especially
try
the air in my backyard. It's some of the freshest backyard air that you can get around the area, and probably other places too. It's probably the freshest other places. I bet it is.
Do you ever try exuding like positive thoughts at them at your garden? You know, like you love it, and then like try to manifest your love for your plants.
Well, as Alan Watts would
Exude.
say,
Exude
your
it.
reality is what you make it. And like if you decide to say no, then you're kind of like talking about the dead. And if you say yes, you're talking about life.
Okay.
And you should check out some Alan Watts. But we are not
This is a gardening podcast.
a gardening podcast. This is a sports podcast, so we're going to get right into it.
Baseball is fun again in Minnesota.
Baseball is fun again in Minnesota. Some people would call them a streaky team. Some people would call them a good team. Some people would say that they're the best team in the American League.
That's what I say.
And those people would be right, right?
Pretty close.
They had kind of a tough stand against the Yankees versus the Rays, which I would say we kind of expected because the darn Yankees are
Yankees. Well, we
are the
left
best
off
in baseball right now.
where we left off last week was right after the Toronto series, which when we were coming into this stretch of Toronto Yankees Rays, everyone was calling this the gauntlet. One of probably the toughest portion of the Twins' schedule yet this year. So when we left off last time, we had done really well in Toronto, and we're a lot more hopeful coming against the Yanks.
Yeah, and so we ended winning one game out of the 3-game series.
Mm-hmm.
The first game was a blowout by the Yankees. The second game, the Twins blew out the Yankees, and then the third game, the Twins were blowing out the Yankees, and then the Yankees came back and beat us.
And did some cheating, probably. I don't know.
Probably did.
Yeah.
But I went to the game. I went to one of those games.
I heard about that.
Guess which one I went to? The best. I bet you're gonna say the best one.
Saddest one. No, I would guess the first one because that first game, man, it was exciting for the first half because we were not getting blown out. The Twins were playing really well, and the Yankees were playing really bad.
I gotta say,
up
it
to a
was
point.
the saddest one.
Dude, that turnaround was rough. It was rough.
Yeah, it was a tough game to go to. Along with it being a blowout by the Yankees, my mind kept on talking to itself about how lonely I was going to the game because I decided to. Well, C-Dubs and I'm gonna put you on the rope here.
Oh,
Yeah, that's my fault.
I'm not putting you on any rope. I don't know what I'm talking about. We decided that I was gonna go to a game by myself, and see what the experience was like. And I gotta tell you, at the end of it, I decided that I don't want to go to games by myself anymore. Because I just was like, well, I'm driving, an hour and a half, 2 hours up to the stadium by myself. So a lot of thought processes going.
Yeah.
And then I got to the game and I'm sitting there like, man, it would be really nice to talk to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
You're just kind of sitting there
and who's around you
for a couple hours.
What kind of crowd were you amongst?
Great people.
Yeah.
But they reminded me of every single group that I could have gone up there with. As in, right in front of me were 2 Yankees fans, and they were buddies. One came from all the way from New York to go visit his friend that lived in Minnesota. So 2 buddies right in front of me.
Yankees fans.
To my left. Yeah, they were nice guys, though. They're cool.
I guess.
They were really happy at the end of that game. I'll tell you
Yeah.
I'll tell you that. To my left was a husband and wife couple. To my right was a son and father. And then right behind me, a group of friends. And there's me sitting there, only one with a baseball glove. And the lady in the couple goes, "Oh, you're gonna catch a baseball for us? You're gonna save us with your glove?" Like,
What?
Yeah, I
Okay.
am actually.
That's what you brought it for.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. It was, and then they lost, and
Yeah.
then on the way back, it was another 2 hours. Game got out at 11:30 p.m. And so
dude,
I'm driving home at midnight by myself.
that was such a long game.
To an empty house of 2 cats, which 2 cats are great. So yeah, it was a tough game to go to, but at least I went through the experience, so I know I don't want to go to a game by myself anymore again, which is cool.
Well,
I don't know where I'm going
sorry.
with this.
I'm sorry you had that experience. I hope that you
Spent
can.
a lot of money on gas. You need somebody to,
Yeah.
you need somebody to.
It's nice to split these things up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
it really is.
You know what? I just saw on the Twins subreddit a post of someone actually being like, "Hey, I go to games by myself, or I go smell myself at games." No, they say I go to games by myself. Does anyone else do this? We should have like a Reddit group meetup thing. So that's
If the stadium was closer,
yeah,
it would be a lot easier because there isn't that extra time of just driving.
yeah.
Or if
Right.
if it was closer, or if we had that that Amtrak or that Speedway train that I could jump on real quick, that would be different. Because I go to movies by myself, and that's cool. Oh yeah, I remember where I was going with this. So what that got me to do,
Yeah.
was to start looking up therapy.
Oh,
That's
Because
good.
I kept on thinking about how lonely I am and how lonely I'm thinking, or I think that I am, when I'm not really, and
that's exactly the kind of stuff that therapists like. I don't know. It seems like they like to, or they don't like, but that's the thing that they're there to hear. Is like, hey, tell me about being lonely and not talking to people, and tell me.
I have some really good friends around me, but I just know that I have things that I need to work through, and I can't work through that with my friends or my family, and a therapist is there to help me with whatever's going on. And it's like, if you get a broken bone,
You
you go to
a
go
health
see
professional.
a health professional.
Yeah.
If you, not saying that my mind's
You
broken
get
by
a
any means,
broken
but if I'm
cerebellum.
feeling extra lonely, maybe I should go talk to somebody about that.
Yeah, man.
And if you're feeling lonely yourself, or if you have any of those feelings of feeling bad, and stuff like that, make sure to reach out. There's a lot of people that do that care about you and definitely want to help. And we will leave some information in the info description on people that you can check out. and stuff
That's a
like
great
that.
idea.
That's great.
So
I'm glad that something positive like that came out of it. That's really wonderful.
So yeah, that's that.
Well, and I know that first loss put you in a bad mood and you didn't want to watch any of the other Yankees games, but man,
No, I didn't.
Did they answer back? That second game against the Yankees that we won, that was so good. I don't remember how good it was. It was too good. It was like all these other games where we hit all the home runs and like Buxton does cool stuff and Miranda does cool stuff and Arias, he's like, he's literally Ty Cobb.
He got his first Grand Slam home run.
Yeah, and this is against the Rays.
Oh, that was against the Rays.
Yeah.
On his birthday.
Grand Slam.
On his birthday.
Mm-hmm. Dude, yeah, on his birthday,
which is even better. And then go ahead.
The one thing I wanted to mention about the Yankees, though, we did get to knock around Garrett Cole.
Oh, dude,
in that game. How often does that get to happen?
How often do you come into a game and hit your first 3 leadoff batters come in and hit a home run? I mean, I did that when I was playing video games with the pitching level set to easy several times, but oh, dude,
not when it's set to hard like Garrett Cole hard.
I have a really fun thing that goes in Garrett Cole's stat line. He's only the 3rd pitcher since 1901 to allow 10+ base runners, 5+ home runs, and get 7 outs or fewer.
Wow.
Yep. Wow. So that's not the greatest stat, but guess who did that to Garrett Cole? That was our team.
That was us.
We did that.
We did it.
Yeah, the only other players were a pitcher in 1979 and someone in 1940. But yeah, and then the Twins did that to Garrett Cole. Unfortunately, we lost that 3rd game. But when you start a game like that after the blowout we did, I think message received. Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah,
because the Twins are not a bad team.
This week, Buxton became the AL Player of the Week this week.
Yeah.
With this week he had consecutive home runs games.
Yes. Only 4 Twins in franchise history have done consecutive multi-homer games.
Really?
That list includes Eddie Rosario, also Kirby Puckett, and then Don Minchin, who was he was an old first base player back in Killebrew days. So kind of overshadowed by Killebrew.
Well,
but
that's good that Buxton's on the list.
Yeah, dude.
That's showing that his worth is definitely
in just this gauntlet. Buxton hit 5 home runs over 3 games.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's really showing his doubters. Yo, I can do this. I can look good and play good and be good.
Okay, so tonight on the Twins broadcast, I heard one of the announcers, which must be a Buxton doubter, called him streaky. And when I heard that streaky word, I'm like,
is he running with his clothes off out there? Oh gosh!
Well, it just sounds
he's being indecent.
Sounding kind of shady, or like throwing a little shade on him.
Yeah.
Like, do you guys think that
as in not consistent or
calling a baseball player streaky, is that kind of like an insult? Do you think, or is that just saying the truth? And do you think that is a truth? Because, and do you call? Okay, another thing too is Buxton is somebody that gets hurt a lot.
Yeah.
And since he's not playing, do you put that into consideration of a streaky player that there's multiple games that he's not playing because he's not hitting home runs because he's not playing? Do you add that to the streakiness?
Yeah, maybe.
I was gonna say yes to both, because it can be the truth. You can say that's truth, but it can also be shade, because in this example, with what you've just laid out, that's why he's streaky, because he isn't playing every game. If he was an everyday player without his injuries, he probably wouldn't be as streaky.
Yeah,
so I think
those slumps wouldn't come.
So like his Twins low management that the Twins are putting him through as part of the term, the streakiness?
Maybe.
I think so.
And I think other people just, the fans don't want to pay for tickets and then not see their stars.
Yeah, we've talked about that before. Oh, man.
This happened just against our I think that third game against the Rays where we lost, it turned out that Buxton and Correa were both not played, and people were like, how are you gonna do that? What the heck?
I really wish I had like a rewind button so we could bring back that because we talked about that before, where people fans want to just come to games to see. Oh, wait a minute.
And that's when we were talking about like people would get insurance on their tickets.
Rewind. Now we really rewind. Wait a minute, I do have a rewind button now.
Yeah, so anyway, players are upset about not seeing Kobe Bryant play, and they want to get insurance for their basketball tickets because of load management.
There, yeah, see we talked about that before. Well, now we need a fast forward button to get back to. So that bit is not ready for consumption.
That's okay.
So we'll delete that out, but just know that by next season, season 10, we'll have it ready.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not to interrupt you there.
No, just what we were talking about the load management and Baldelli, I think, gets a lot of the hate directed at him for some of these things. Or like, why would you not play both of your stars?
Well, isn't that what manager's job is? To take the hate instead of the team itself. Right?
I got a quote from Baldelli here.
Oh, you do?
About this, because like the situation was that their load management must include like scheduled off days, so that this just happened that both of them had off days on the same day, and that's all that happened really. And Baldelli, I still don't know what the right thing is. If anyone has any thoughts, let me know, but I honestly don't know. It just so happens that a few times their schedules have lined up where we've had a couple days off at the same time. I like the lineup when they're both playing. We've actually found ways to still win games when they've both been off. Part of me thinks one thing, that you make it work where one guy is off and the other is not. But this is the way it's played out. To be honest, I've thought about it so much that I stopped thinking about it. If they're both off, if they're both off on the same day, so be it.
Yeah, I mean, if they are, they are.
And it's just like when we went into Toronto, like half our team's gone. Like, do well. This team, it just shows the depth of this organization is a real strength, and it's showing off and paying off.
Exactly.
Yep. And this team reminds me a lot of the Dodgers in that same sense, that they're deep. You know, they can have a couple guys go out and they can use the young guys, and they actually are good. You know, it's nice to see.
What's this?
How much can a team ask one man to do?
Well, you know what? We don't have to ask one man to do.
We don't. We got so many guys.
We have a team. We have a team.
We've had a lot of great times of slumps and other people getting hot, you know, in the right times, and it's such a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I'm loving this Twins team. Finally competitive enough and deep enough that you feel confident about what's going on.
Yep.
You know, how long has it been since we felt this good about the Twins?
Oh, dude, you know what?
all know what that sound means, or what this jingle is. It's time for the
Question of
Oh
the
man! Stop making sounds, computer.
This USB device is not recognized.
No, it is. It has been. So we are now at the Fuzz question of the week time.
Lay it on me.
I did not do a good job at leading into this. What the fuck?
I know what the question is going to be.
Penultimate episodes, I tell you what. The question of the week is, and I don't know if you know it, Jim,
Oh, okay.
because it's been
A new one.
It's been.
I'll suspend my disbelief.
The computer's getting involved in the party.
Dude, this computer's got all the
Here,
notifications.
let me do this. Man, these computers will tell you what.
It's like
I love them. Because, and it's not sarcasm. That is not sarcasm, because one of the things that I don't know if the audience knows, or if you guys know, that computers will be our overlords in the near future. So make sure
partially
to be nice to them now.
more like a computer organic hybrid.
Yeah, something with an AI that's not organic, right?
Well, partially organic.
Partially
not completely organic. It's synthetic.
They can make organic skin now for robots.
Yeah.
So that's a great lead in to the question of the week. The question of the week is, should we introduce robot umps into baseball to fix the strike zone situation? C-dubs.
Yes, and replay on everything.
Whoa. You added something there. But we're not going to extrapolate. That's part of the Fuzz Question of the Week thing. We don't talk about why your answer is correct or if it's wrong.
I know my answer.
J-Maz, what is your answer for robot umps?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter?
I don't care.
Okay. Because this is what you're going to hear. And
with the birds and everything.
Yeah, exactly. And that was your
Fuzz Question of the Week.
Yeah, that was the Fuzz Question of the Week. I don't know why I didn't mute the system sounds prior, but that seems to have fixed everything because it doesn't even give me the notification that the USB is unrecognized anymore after I've muted it. But it is what it is.
It's like, oh, I recognize this muted device. Hello. What was that unmuted thing you put in me before? That was weird.
Interesting.
FuzzJockRadio.
Basketball.
Gimme.
Damn, now my phone. I didn't even turn off my phone notifications.
FuzzJockRadio.
Oh,
Benny
boy.
Radio.
Okay.
Oh, that fan mail.
Did you? You must have locked the door when you got here. Okay, I'll be right back. You talk about the Lynx 3 and 11.
3 and 11. Oh no, dude, that was the same record that we said last week.
Yeah, same amount of wins.
Or the same amount of wins. Yeah, so that does not preclude good news, I believe.
No, it doesn't. Let's talk about something else since we're.
Oh, dude, you want to talk about the
Lynx
Twins?
are hurting, man. I feel so bad for them.
You want to hear some good Twin stats?
Sure. Give me a twin stat quick.
Right now, our AL is ranked second in batting average, first in on-base percentage, third in slugging, second in OPS. I forget what that is.
This doesn't sound like baseball talk. What happened?
It does sound like baseball talk.
The Lynx. It's
Fuzzy's back,
They're
quick.
I'm feeling so bad for them.
Don't talk about the Twins.
the Lynx are 3 and 11. No, you already mentioned that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Shoot,
They're a little down.
The bit that I was gonna have was
the color of their energy.
that I was thinking that 3 and 11 meant like they've won 3 games out of 11 games. But that's not.
That sounds better.
Yeah,
but that's not true.
So
No.
we're not gonna.
Yeah,
we're not gonna do that.
yeah. Figure it out.
Kind of like the Timberwolves. I have a notification sound in that as well.
Update.
So the Timberwolves are still in the off season, so we don't have much to talk about with the Timberwolves. But we do have a Wiggins update, which is
that he is still the coolest of all.
He'll get the Wolves,
and we still very much think he is awesome.
And that was your Wiggins update.
That was not our Wiggins update.
I think
I played that a little too soon, didn't I?
Yeah.
What C-Dubs, do you have a Wiggins? What's going on there? He's in the finals.
Yep, he's in the finals. He's been playing really good. A lot of the people on the radio and TV have been saying a lot of positive things about him, which is, really nice to hear for him because people used to call him Stan Drew Wiggins. Yeah. But he got a double-double tonight. Put up over 20 points.
Called him what?
Stan Drew Wiggins. Because he'd stand around.
Just stand around.
I've never heard that.
It's almost like the opposite of looking around and communicating.
I gotta say I'm happy that we've never said that. Because that's mean to call people names like that. Because obviously he doesn't just stand there. Do you think he did this?
Points.
Do you think he didn't want to play for the Timberwolves?
I think it was just too cold for him.
It was pretty cold here.
That's all it was.
You know, and he did play well for the Timberwolves at times too. But then, you know, just didn't live up to someone's potential, I guess, or someone's expectations.
Well, he also didn't have Finch as his coach, and Finch seems to know how to get this Timberwolves team going too. So
he had Chip, right?
So, but either way, Wiggins has got what, 22 points? Did you say?
Yeah, over 22 points tonight, and a double-double.
And a double-double.
Double.
And then playing in the finals, following.
Oh, yeah.
No, podcasting and playing in the finals.
Podcasting. Oh, we're a podcast that does sports entertainment.
This is about us. We're podcasters.
We're podcasters, right?
Also world champions.
Is that why we have this in the notes, C-Dubs? Because you told us to say something about podcasting.
Actually, this is about, so I don't know if you guys have heard this. So there's a player in the finals for the Golden State Warriors. His name is Draymond Green.
Yeah, we know that character, that guy.
Okay, right? So he's not been doing too well in the final. He's
is he like
been a liability.
Recording his podcast like during playing?
That's
like,
what, you know,
like he brings his phone out on the field. That's what they call it, right? The basketball field.
Wait. We jumped to. We jumped.
So he's been recording a podcast during the finals, and he's been having horrible play, and people are like, dude, maybe focus on the. Well, I also don't think it's the worst that he's doing this.
Okay.
He has fouled out of 3 games.
Okay. We're jumping. We're NBA players. We're jumping all over the place here.
This is a jumping podcast all of a sudden.
Okay. So So Draymond Green is in the finals.
Yep.
And Draymond Green also does other things other than being an NBA player. He has a podcast.
Yeah.
Kind of like how Butler. Remember Butler?
Yes.
He was like selling coffee on the side during the bubble. Remember that?
Barista. He was a barista.
Yeah. So he's doing something on the side. He's taking, like, maybe he knows Butler. You know, maybe he knows Butler and is like, oh, you should have a side gig. And so then Draymond Green's like, I'll podcast. Yeah. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's in the finals and he's podcasting. And he's not doing well, is what you're saying in the finals.
And a lot of his podcasts involves him talking shit.
How's his podcast? Yeah, what?
It sounds like it involves him talking a lot of shit and being like, "Oh, I'm really good," and this I'll show them on the court, and then he's not backing any of it.
So it's like basically a malding podcast. He just like gets on there and gets all like salty about the other players and like.
I mean,
talks himself up.
I haven't listened to it because I don't want to listen to his podcast at all.
And then he ended up following out tonight in the game too, huh?
Yeah, and for the third time in the finals, there's only been 5 games.
Yeah,
and that's the first time that's happened since 2000.
I will say. Well, what? I was just gonna say
2 decades of players being able to withhold from doing this.
Following out is not an indication of being a bad player. But sometimes that's an indication of being really aggressive and good at, being a defensive player. But if that's the first time that's happened in how many years?
22 years.
That's not good. That can't be good. So maybe how's his podcast doing? Maybe he's making more money on the podcast.
That could be because his podcast has gotten so much attention lately. I mean, it's the talk of like Sports Center and radio shows. It's like the main thing everyone's talking about right now.
Maybe
so
he should just keep concentrating on that if that's what's making him his money.
That's not a bad idea.
He'd just be
podcaster.
You know, it makes me wonder though. The last time this happened in 2000 was that player secretly running a podcast?
I don't think podcasting existed then.
We know of. So I mean,
are you ready for some football?
Good. Oh, boy.
Are you
ready for some football, guys?
We just had a false start.
NFL is the NFL season is coming soon, and the next time we're on the mics will be football season. But we do have one more episode. This is not the ultimate episode.
That's what the Penultimate is all about,
this is
baby.
The Penultimate, the most special episode, right?
Yes, super special.
So what do you got going on here? Good fans, you say?
Oh, dude, Vikings got good fans.
Do we?
Yeah, and I have
Data to back it up?
Yes, I do.
Ooh.
So back in 2021, these people took, where is it? I gotta find this big shot. No. It's my...
So you guys can't see this, but Jameis has one of those 3D glasses on. He's reaching around, touching imaginary squares and pulling up screens that we can't see.
No, it's just a infograph here of average home attendance. So,
okay.
Sorry.
average home attendance for football games last year. Vikings are tied with Chiefs for 100.4%.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, standing
How
room
do we get
only.
over 100?
Standing room, dude.
Oh.
So like they pack it and then they pack it a little bit more. There's actually it looks like the Broncos and Rams also were into standing room only with 100.1% average home attendance, followed by Browns and Patriots at 100%.
Wow.
Yeah, Vikings got good loyal fans.
That's pretty nice.
I didn't say Cowboys. Patriots.
That stadium is really nice too. I'll go to that stadium.
But I saw that because we pack our football games here in Minnesota. We did last
People
year.
love their football.
We did it as good as Super Bowl teams.
Mm-hmm.
We pack a stadium like Super Bowl teams.
Now, if only we could win one.
Did they just to be the negative, or no, not the negative, but the other I don't know. The question I have:
Positronic Nancy.
Did they? I was gonna add a name to it. I was gonna just ask a question, I suppose.
Be a positive Polly.
The floor is yours.
Did they account for how large the stadiums are? For standing,
I think it's just attendance percentage.
For standing, well, they were talking about standing room only. And some stadiums might have more standing room only compared to other stadiums, depending on how many seats they have.
Well, that's the thing,
right?
True. At 100%, the seats are filled.
Yes,
and that's what that's the metric. And
that's the metric.
Yeah.
So then, do all stadiums have the same amount of seats?
No, I bet not.
Do they take it? Because I'm thinking about some fuzzy math here, and there's maybe some loopholes that they might have not accounted for.
I don't think there's a place for it because I just gave a stat that shows Minnesota in a good light, so why fuck it up?
That's why I was bringing up, that's why I prefaced. Maybe I can bring back. I wish we had.
We prefacing, boy.
We need a rewind clip. Rewind clip. Now we really rewind clip.
Okay, so I'm not gonna ask that question.
Okay.
Okay, so we rewound it. Now we're not asking that question now. Okay, is that how that works? Maybe that's how that.
Yeah.
So,
that's what that does.
Is that what that does? The offensive line.
Oh, dude.
We had something about
before that.
Okay.
Who is Baker Mayfield?
He is the old quarterback from the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
He does a lot of commercials where he pretends that he lives at the Brown Stadium.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've seen those commercials before. Yeah.
Like he lives at the stadium.
Yeah, like he actually lives there. It's for homeowner protection.
Oh.
Insurance.
Is he not a Browns
commercials like he lives there.
Is he not a Browns quarterback anymore?
Well, Browns just made the dumbest mistake in maybe possibly all of football history. They just signed Deshaun Watson, who has like 40-something sexual assault cases against him, as their quarterback, and are letting Baker Mayfield walk. So, yeah, he used to be their quarterback, but not anymore.
Whose quarterback is he now?
Well, we don't know because he hasn't landed anywhere. But the Vikings have come up in rumors in the rumor mill for a possible place. And
okay.
I don't know.
I'd like that.
Yeah, I think a lot of the sentiment is that Kirk doesn't need a backup, and
that's
at that rate, a backup who isn't, nothing to write home about, right?
You are incorrect.
Oh, I'm incorrect. I'll write home about him then, I guess.
Well, I'm saying it's incorrect. That's not saying that you're incorrect. Okay. Saying that the people that are saying that Kirk doesn't need a backup is incorrect, because all quarterbacks need a backup.
Yeah.
What if he gets hurt?
That's a prudent.
Like he could be anybody. He could be Fran Tarkenton, and you still need a backup.
We could all be Fran Tarkenton.
You could be.
We don't know who a Fran Tarkenton even is.
Tom Brady, the best footballer in the universe.
Yeah, maybe he's a Tarkenton too.
He has a backup
from the land of Tarkatasia.
So maybe Baker Mayfield might be a good backup for Kirk, and then oh boy,
and then what?
You know what?
And then what?
That might push Kirk to be even better, because so right now, we all know that right. I'm sorry, I'm a little excited about this because right now we know that the new organization is going to keep the same players and play with the same player set that they had last year, because Kirk and company convinced the new ownership that the only problem that they had last year and the previous years was the former coach and the former organization. So keep us on the team, and then the new organization's like, yeah, we will. We'll listen to you. We're convinced, and if not, we'll probably in the back of their minds are like, we'll just get rid of you because we're the ones that are going to stay here. And if this doesn't work out this year, we'll just get rid of everybody and start anew and blame it all on the players. And now, if they get Deshaun Watson, don't ever get Deshaun Watson, Baker Mayfield as the backup, then Kirk can't even sit on his laurels at one bit. He has to perform, because there's a player that could probably outperform him if he doesn't perform. That gives the new organization a backup quarterback, right? Hey,
yeah.
Every quarterback needs a backup. Even
having options is great sometimes. It's called due diligence, I believe, in other realms.
Honestly, I think that's kind of the American way, isn't it? To have options.
Too many options is the American way.
Yeah, choices are always good.
Yeah, certain choices for certain people.
For the quarterbacks, what do you need? What do you need for a quarterback? You need to
protect them. You
do need to protect them.
Yeah.
Another word for protecting quarterbacks is
defending the quarterback. The defense of the offense.
Not the defensive line, but the offensive line is what you're talking about. Yeah. But the offensive line.
I learned what this was today. The offensive line is like, but they're defending the quarterback. They're defenders.
The defense of the offense.
The defender line is what they should call them. I like that. Defender. They're not the defensive line. They're the defender line.
They're not the
that sounds cool.
They're not. Well,
they don't want to be offensive. They want to be defenders.
Sometimes the offensive line is offensive.
They should stop
because they're trying to push through when they're pushing through for
you gotta
the
not
running
push
backs.
Boundaries though. Don't push people's boundaries.
When they're blocking, blocking is kind of a defensive term.
Yeah, it's a defensive thing, I would say.
Oh boy, this is getting confusing.
They're defenders.
Football is very confusing. Did you know that? Did you guys know that football is this confusing? I didn't know that.
No, can't be. Anyway, this really got this defender line.
Yep.
Okay, let me see if these names. Do you know Brian O'Neill?
Yes.
Okay. Ed Ingram?
No.
Garrett Bradbury?
Yes.
Ezra Cleveland?
Yes.
So far, those people they're pretty cool, right?
They're pretty good, and they've been sticking with them.
And then, do you recall this name, Christian Darrisaw?
Yes,
I recall the name. Yes,
that was our draft, right?
Oh yes,
that was our draft pick. Christian Darrisaw, left tackle.
He sounds like a football player.
And this is projected to be our starting lineup. That's our defender line.
Okay.
Or the offensive line, whatever. But yeah, dude.
That's some high draft picks in there. That's good.
Yeah.
I mean, we hope.
It could be really cool under a new coach.
Well,
and I think whether you think it's good to have a backup for Kirk or not, I mean, if you think Baker Mayfield would fit that role well or not, I still think there's a lot of excitement surrounding this upcoming Viking season with the new coach.
Well,
and surrounding Kirk Cousins and seeing how he does. There's a lot of litmus tests going on for him.
I mean, he's saying that he's all he needs is the new regime to let him go. And one of the prominent there's a prominent broadcaster out there that said the Vikings are going to double their wins this next season.
That'd be fun.
Which would be 16-1.
That'd be fun.
Should make them 16-1.
I'd have a fun time with that.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm ready.
They can't do They can't be 16.
They're not going to do that.
It would be unbelievable to me. But
is there even 17 games?
There are now.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's gonna be 18, right?
17 weeks, but you don't play all 17.
Yeah, you play like 19. Because sometimes you play
with
double.
Preseason, yes.
Yeah, sometimes play double weeks. You know?
No double headers in football.
They do.
I did want to mention one thing before we move on from football.
Mm-hmm.
ESPN and the CFL have made a deal with each other, and now all CFL games will be broadcast here in America on ESPN Plus and ESPN2.
Ooh, CFL's coming.
Yeah, Canadian football is now going to be all over America. So we have even more football options.
Sweet. And we haven't watched any USFL at all.
We haven't watched any of it.
At all.
It's too hot out to watch
all.
football.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just trying to survive.
I can't
here.
watch this sport when I'm sweating like this.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Oh, we moving on to the big time.
Other sports. No, not other sports. We don't like to call it other sports because it's like they are sports.
Are
We
you
call
ready?
it-
Not football.
Do you like the term sports entertainment? What do you think of that combination of words?
I think it's an aspect of wrestling, but I don't think it is wrestling. Sports entertainment is an aspect of wrestling.
Well,
it's not all it is.
I think that sports entertainment is a umbrella topic word. So like there's a lot of things that could be sports entertainment, as in like American Gladiators would be a sports entertainment thing.
Absolutely. I'd say even fan-controlled football. That's sports entertainment.
What's that?
Fan-controlled football. That's sports entertainment.
Well, I would. Do you go?
That verges closer to sports. Though,
You know
right?
that. You know
It
that.
does, but it's more. It's goofy. It's meant to be entertainment.
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say, where's the distinction line? Would like just regular sports be considered sports entertainment? Is everything sports entertainment, or is sports entertainment separated?
Whoa.
I take sports entertainment to mean it's not just sporting.
I would
like a baseball game is just sporting.
Where there's extra entertainment,
there's an extra
specific
level of
entertainment added to it, like that.
You could say
that what's that run that people do, that they go over obstacles and stuff like that, and like they have commentators.
Parkour?
No, they have those.
Oh,
they came from.
Like the Wipeout kind of
the Wipeout
stuff,
game.
American
that
Ninja,
would be American Ninja
Challenge.
Those would be sports entertainment because they have also, like you said, a little bit of comedy to it, a little bit of
And while something considered entertaining in that definition might happen in a baseball game, it's not really not the intention for that to happen.
Right.
Okay.
Unless
Yeah.
But then now that they're adding gambling and those types of aspects to the game, and you can't say that that's separate because it is in the broadcast to the point where commentators can't say predictions on certain aspects of the game because on screen they're adding the gambling aspect. So are they turning that into sports, baseball into regular sports, into sports entertainment if it includes gambling? Because then that would be
that's taken into that direction. I mean, because then you're changing what you're there for.
So everything's like it almost seems like they're changing everything into sports entertainment, so then they could possibly make an extra profit off it.
Sure, because what I mean by this is not
go
just
a little bit further, but.
Yeah, I'm not just saying like betting on a game like I'm betting for the Mets to win. I'm talking about there's going to be bets like I bet the second baseman is not involved in a double play. That's the sports entertainment thing I think is going on with gambling.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
It's, or like the prop bets in the Super Bowl. Like that's sports entertainment-y. Because the rest of it, again, if you're just betting on a team to win, that's just picking. You're just picking who's going to win. That's just a basic aspect of sports. When you're doing other stuff like that, like in the gambling, that's sports entertainment, in my opinion.
Okay, I can see that.
Interesting. I like that.
That's what I would say.
I follow that thought.
We make sure to check out your Webster's Dictionary by next week because that sports entertainment will be updated to what we just talked about.
Yeah, it's gonna.
Yes, with our faces next to it.
What's not entertaining is the AEW wrestler Jeff Hardy just recently, as of today, was booked into the county police down in Florida, I believe, for another DUI. Yeah, which is unfortunate because it sounds like he has had issues in the past with substance abuse.
Okay.
And moving to AEW and being with his brother on AEW, it seems like that had helped. But he, obviously, something happened.
Relapse.
Something happened. Honestly, we don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
Nobody, there has been no reports on it being an actual relapse. It could be something. They could be something as innocent as being on painkillers for his back and then deciding to drive. And then that was against his rules, but it was definitely against his probation and stuff like that. So, hard topic to talk about.
Well, we hope that
we don't want to jump to conclusions, though. You know what I mean?
No.
Yeah.
We just want to wish him the best.
Yeah, addiction is hard.
Yeah,
and
it is.
It is something that I deal with, and a lot of other people that I know, that other people that you as the audience members may know that you don't know are dealing with addiction. But if you are dealing with addiction and you need you feel that you need some help, definitely reach out. There are groups and family and friends that definitely want to help you with that. I don't know where to go with this.
No, we just everyone falls on hardship at times. So we remember to embody compassion.
Well, yeah, definitely.
I guess
like one thing that if you're dealing with addiction, definitely don't judge yourself too harshly.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people out there that are dealing with the same things. If you are somebody on the other end and have a loved one that is dealing with addiction, don't judge them too harshly. Some of the stuff that they might be doing is not them, and
and I think that's a good point to throw in there is trying not to add to the stigma. Yep,
exactly.
Yeah, right.
Don't jump to conclusions. Don't add to the stigma.
Good points.
And just help as much as you can. And if you feel that you can't help, listen. That's because that's what a lot of people need too.
Yeah,
is somebody just to sit there and listen.
Yep.
With that, we're gonna move on to.
Oh wait, how does this song go again?
How does it go? This is Fuzzy Memory Trivia time. This is when I ask the Hess questions, and then they answer that question with a response that is either correct or incorrect, and there is an actual correct or incorrect response that you can say because these are facts, not fictions. I'm trying to find this button.
Oh, dude, we can't talk about the Twins game going on right now.
No, we can't.
It's not going on. I mean, it is going on.
There is a game going on, but we can't talk about it.
We can acknowledge
that's why we're going into Fuzzy Memory Trivia. This season, we did a really bad job at remembering what the score is.
Can I speak to graphical design elements on this MLB app? I mean, that's not about the game, right?
No.
Like, I see this number. Like, what I really like about this app is the font of this number. Like, the font really, especially in the number 3. Like, the font of that 3. It's a good number.
Okay.
Or a good font.
What's the number?
The font.
What is
I'm talking about.
Okay, what's the font?
I don't know, but whatever they're using.
Fonts can be very pleasing.
Yeah, this is typography just blows my mind.
There we go.
Okay. Were you just trying?
Dude. Also, there's.
Oh yeah.
Are you like? Are you just trying to fill some space here, or?
No, I'm blown away by this font.
Okay.
That I see on the MLB app.
Great.
Like this, the way that like the font works when an H is next to an R.
Okay.
Yeah. That comes
How
after
many?
like, when it's like listed like kind of in the spatial part of this app, about second from the top. That font of that HR looks great. I love the font. I just want to talk about the font of it.
But we gotta keep on moving on. We got some fuzzy memory trivia to do.
Sorry, I'm a typography man.
Yeah, that's great.
I love fonts.
Jeez. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. This is fuzzy memory trivia time. This is when
my love of fonts.
Jeez. This is not a font podcast.
It's a typography podcast.
Oh, yes.
No, it's not. Not at all. Not at all. Okay, it's fuzzy memory trivia time. This is when. It's fuzzy memory trivia time. This is when I ask questions, and the Hess answer that question with either correct or incorrect answer. It's a trivia show, okay? Yeah. It's trivia.
I wasn't talking about the Twins game.
No, I know you weren't.
No.
You were talking about typography.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just that was clear, right?
Okay. Yeah. We got to keep moving on, though, James. You ready? We have not kept score correctly this episode, or no, this season, unfortunately. Next season, I promise that the points matter. Because points do matter in things sometimes, right?
We'll make a belt for the winner.
Do you remember what the score was, C-Dubs? Or probably not.
It's like 11-7. 7-11. 3-11.
In the new one we started, he's in the lead 1-0.
Yeah.
Well,
that sounds right.
Do you wanna do that?
That's it. That's it, baby.
Yeah, let's do it. 1-0.
What was the name of a baseball team in a league of their own?
The Monarchs.
Incorrect. Rockford Peaches. In April of 2012, Alex Rodriguez, our new owner of the Timberwolves, hit his 631st home run, passing which slugger?
Babe Ruth.
Incorrect. Ken Griffey Jr. In what year did Rafael Nadal turn pro?
2001.
Correct. Ding, 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 ding.
Nice. I was trying to say like 20, but I knew
You
that
can't
was not.
say the answers, right? You can't see
No.
It's okay. 2 points to 0. How many yards is the penalty in NFL for using a helmet as a weapon?
20.
Incorrect. 15. What team drafted... I can't say that name, so we'll just move past. What kind of grass is traditionally used at Wimbledon?
Bluegrass.
Incorrect. Ryegrass. Tiki Barber was leading rusher for what NFL team in 2004?
The Broncos.
Indianapolis Colts.
New York Giants. Who was the Dallas Tornadoes' first round soccer draft pick in 1973?
Kerry Von Erich.
Ryle Rote Jr. Who was the first Turkish-born player in NBA history?
Iron Sheik.
Hato Turcoil. What World Series team included Cliff Floyd, Andy Sanus, and B.J. Upton?
Blue Jays.
Brewers.
The Rays. In the 2013 season, the Dolphins acquired Philip Wheeler from which team?
The Dolphins.
The
Oakland Raiders.
The other Dolphins.
At what age did Jack Nicklaus win his first national golf title?
32.
17.
18.
Who had a 1.74 ERA in Boston in 2000?
Roger Clemens.
Kelly.
Pedro Martinez.
No.
Who won the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am in 2018?
Peyton Manning.
Ted Potter Jr.
Nah, I did it.
Which 7-time Norris Trophy winner retired from the NHL in 2012?
Batman.
Nicholas Lindstrom. NBA superstar Russell Westbrook led the league in which category in the 2014-15 season?
Rebounds.
Points per game. Who was the MVP of Super Bowl XXIX between San Francisco 49ers and San Diego Chargers?
Joe Montana.
Steve Young. What team hired Pat Schumer at their head coach?
Pittsburgh Steelers.
New York Giants.
Miami Dolphins.
Which Florida Marlins scored the winning run in in Game 7 of the 1997 World Series?
Oh my God, I watched that. I don't remember.
Gary Sheffield.
Craig Counsell. Which Northern Irish golfer won the 2011 Open Championship?
Darren
Clark. Which Pittsburgh Penguins coach took home the NHL Jack Adams Award in the 2010-11 season?
Boyer.
Dan.
Yeah.
Who was the MVP of Super Bowl XXVI between the Washington team and the Buffalo Bills?
Washington team.
Joe Kelly.
Mark Ripon. In the 2012 season, Adrian Peterson fell just 9 yards shy of whose all-time yards rushing record in a season?
Barry
Sanders. Wait.
Yeah. You know it.
Fuck! He does the radio out here.
Eric Dickerson.
Dude,
How does this song go?
That guy's digging a grave to go rolling right now. Because of you.
And that brings us to the end of fuzzy memory
trivia.
Fuzzy, huh? I don't even know what that word is. Fuzzy memory trivia, which brings us to the end of the penultimate episode.
We must behold the penultimates.
We are here,
dude.
We've done it. I just want to say shout out Nilo. Thanks for tuning in.
Nilo, thanks for tuning in. Really appreciate you tuning in, and hopefully this worked out for you, and you could hear us talk because I always worried about the audio quality on
I hope he's just hearing the sound effects.
That'd be great. Because that's happened before. In
sitting there being really confused.
Nilo,
man, this bangs.
Thank you. Make sure to let C-Dubs know if you can hear us or not. We got one more episode left, guys, of the season.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Well,
or no. Before we do that, do we have anything else? Anything else you guys want to bring up before?
Let's see.
Before we go into our end. Well, no.
Let's see.
No.
What do you want to know about the twins?
No.
Okay.
No, this was something for like if you had it ready to go, but you're bringing up your 3D glasses again and going through the files.
So good.
So what do you got going on before the end of the episode?
Oh, in these penultimate moments before the end of the episode.
Before the end of the season. What do you got going on before next week? Is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yep. James?
Try not to... I want to try to force myself to get outside even when it's really hot and sticky. Because I'll struggle in that kind of weather sometimes. And, it's easy to stay inside when it's nice and cool and dry. But
that's good.
I'm gonna try to take some outdoor moments, even though it's gonna be super hot.
It is gonna be really super hot. So make sure to drink some water.
Yeah, I'm gonna drink a bunch of water and sweat a bunch, baby.
And if you're outside and it's really hot out and you stop sweating, get inside.
yeah.
Get inside and get some more fluids in you and sit down. Okay.
Yeah.
Because if you stop sweating,
it's a bad sign.
It's a sign that you're probably overheating.
It's very bad.
And then it's not good if you're overheating.
Yeah. I'd take
sunstroke.
If that were to happen, I'll take first aid precautions.
Please.
Immediately.
If you need help, make sure to ask for it.
And then I'll just stay in the basement playing some video games.
Well, too. That works.
Yeah.
But don't do it so you have to go downstairs in the basement. Don't go outside and not drink any water and then overheat yourself. So then you're like, wow, now I have to go back in and sit around because the outside was too much.
Mm-hmm.
Pace yourself.
Oh yeah.
take care of
Well,
yourself.
and might just try later evening hours if I can too.
Sure.
On some of the hottest times.
Maybe we should go on a walk after the podcast.
Maybe.
C-dubs.
Oh, C-dubs.
What do you have going on?
Tomorrow's my birthday, so...
No, it isn't.
Britt, no.
You're lying.
Happy birthday.
Really?
Thank you.
Why didn't you say anything at the beginning? We could have made the penultimate episode about your birthday.
That's not what the
I
penultimate
didn't
is
maybe
about,
want
man.
that.
Are you sure? Well, we can...
He's being true to the penultimates,
Man,
okay?
we definitely need a rewind button.
Happy birthday tomorrow.
We need a rewind.
When it's tomorrow.
Okay, we're rewinding the episode. We're rewound the episode so we can make... No, we didn't. No. We need a fast forward button so we can get back to the... Okay, so it's your birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday.
Yes, I have the day off, so I plan on doing some stuff, getting the lasagna.
Should I take the day off tomorrow as well for your birthday?
What's that?
Should I take the day off as well for your birthday?
I'm going to be pretty busy, so if you want to celebrate my birthday, you should do that, but I won't be able to hang with you.
Do you hear that, audience? Make sure to take off tomorrow.
Everybody take tomorrow off.
C-Dubs is going to be too busy to hang out with you.
But you can still celebrate.
You can still celebrate.
But
if you don't have, make sure to use sick time.
Yeah.
Well, no, it should be. You should actually just get it off at work because it's a national holiday. It's also Flag Day tomorrow.
Oh, it's Flag Day tomorrow.
Yep.
Okay.
Which is
so
the
if your
cover
work
up.
doesn't give you Flag Day off, tell them they're slacking.
They are slacking because it is Flag Day and it's C-Dubs' birthday, which is a great day to go register to vote. Maybe.
Yeah.
Go do that. We're not a voting podcast.
No, this is a typography podcast.
I'm just kind of saying things now.
Have you seen these fonts? They're unreal.
Buzz, what are you going to do next week?
Oh, me?
Mm-hmm.
What am I going to do next week? I'm going to help host the Ultimate episode. But up into the Ultimate episode, I'm going to just try to just keep it level. Not try to remember not to judge people for things that might be going on. And I just want to just re-mention again, if you are struggling, if you with addiction or with being really sad or lonely or any of those types of things, just remember that there's a lot of people that are going through the same things. That there are a lot of people out there that want to help you with those as well, and that's the big thing. And like I said, I'm gonna put some notes for some numbers that you can reach out to if you are having some difficulties in life right now. Because it's been really rough the last couple of years. We're not gonna shy away from that. But other than that, I'm just gonna try to keep my cool while it's really hot out.
Baseball. It's feel amazing because that was my first one, and then I just prepared my mind to hit the ball hard, and then I got my first line slam. When I say I just prepared my mind, and then I just try to do my job there. It's not easy, but I just try to do my best, and then I got 2 more hits, and then I want to just say thanks God for the opportunity.
Football.